What up, guys? Welcome back to All Gas Podcast. I'm Factor.
I'm Kevin.
And today our guest here is Mason, a.k.a.
Fatkidd661.
There you go.
There you go.
So, what up, guys? Welcome back to the show. Please like, subscribe, share. This is going to be a really good episode. So, make sure you guys share it and, get the info out.
It's one you guys have been asking for a while.
Yes. So, like we said, we'd be back. Here's our surprise guest.
Ooh.
What's up, buddy?
What's happening?
How you doing?
Thank you for sitting down.
Likewise.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Right.
Your name's Mason. You're a street racer, track racer.
He's a wraith car driver. He
real
wants
quick.
to go fast.
A little bit of both.
This is badass car back here.
Right.
We've talked about him many times on the show, about racing other people that we've had on the show and stuff. So finally, he's here. Tell his side of the story.
Right. Give us a little rundown. History, like what got you in the car, like what you're racing with. Fucking crazy. I should attack my face.
Hey, it's all right.
It's the fucking weed. It's too stinky.
Nah.
That's the weed up.
Oh.
But no, yeah,
So-
just a little history of yourself. I mean, history of the car. Give us a breakdown of what you want to
Well,
let go of the car. Who, not everyone needs to know everything, but
I've been racing since I was 15 and a half. Since I got my permit, I got my first car before I was 16. I always watched all my family and everybody. They were all in muscle cars and everything I couldn't afford, of course. So I got a Honda.
Another feeling.
And it was started from here in Bakersfield. We'd always go to the street races and watch. And I had a couple of friends that we had a little car club in town, and it was fun, And one thing led to the next, and I just something racing I always loved. I raced bikes. I did everything in between. Don't watch me do that.
I say don't drop that.
what was your first Honda?
My first Honda was.
Well, I guess your first car then.
It was my first car. So it was my first Honda. It was a 1993 Honda Civic CX hatchback, frost white with nice blue tinted
So
windows.
it wasn't a CRX?
No, it was not.
Finally.
A CRX.
Right?
Somebody that didn't have a CRX.
Hey, no. Actually,
You were, I think, our first guest, so we've had the first car wasn't a CRX.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with CRX.
No, hell
No,
no.
there's nothing wrong. But we just keep running to everybody has them. So
Somebody's got to start with something,
Yeah.
man. Why you bagging?
I'm not. It's him that brings it up. Like, don't try to make this episode me the bad guy. Come on.
He always is the bad guy in the episode, so it's okay.
It's true.
Or the slow guy, either way.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
I got that car, and that car I had it for a while, and I put a B series in it. Came single cam. I actually had a ZC in it. Ran it around town. Wired VTEC to a switch, man.
Yeah, the toggle switch.
I was one of those guys, you know what I'm saying?
Had that
Hey,
before.
but let me tell you, I had the VA guys worried about me. I go around town, who's that little white car, a little white kid, he's out there getting it. A lot of people didn't want to race that car.
He's got nitrous. He keeps flipping the switch.
It was loud. It was VTEC open header, it was seal cam. But that thing didn't last very long. We got a B series from one of my buddies and put a B series in it with LS tranny and threw it on nitrous, and then that's how I started my nitrous thing at a young age.
And it was
So
a
how
mistake
old were
from the
you?
beginning till now.
But by that time, I'd say 17, because I had that car for right before I got 16, so I had it for a year before I put a swap in it, and then it immediately went on nitrous because it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And we didn't know what shot it was really on, because we had a shot.
You only had one?
We took a
no idea.
little drill bit.
Oh, fuck.
Open up the jet.
Yeah, me and some longtime friends from Chapter there, we took a drill bit to it and opened it up a little bit. And our first attempt, we kind of blew the cap off of the sugar. Don't ask me how that happened. I don't know. It blew a big old hole in it, man.
What the?
It had a big old backfire or something. Never had that happen before. But hey, you win some, you lose some. Put a new cap on it and the car still ran. So I still drove it. And we had it for a while. That's how that car went. We got rid of it and got a little EF, since you guys are talking about CRXs and the old cars and bagging on people.
Not bagging.
I had that one. I had that
Can't
one
tell
for
me
a
I'm
while.
bagging. I had like
That was
15
actually-
CRXs now.
That was actually my first turbo car too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a little turbo on it and stuff. but
What year were we talking here?
About 89.
No, what
No,
year?
what
What year were you
You
doing
were
this?
asking the car. You're gonna have to delete that out. 'Cause you look like an idiot now, man. Look at you.
No, I'm
His
just asking
editing
what
skills
year.
aren't that good.
Yeah.
He
It's
ain't
gonna
good
stay-
at all. No, I was just playing.
I thought we were friends, bro.
No, but
So y'all want to know who he was talking shit about off air now?
He only talks to you for shootout information.
No. Oh, really? Damn.
see,
Okay,
you guys got
alright.
an inside thing going on here. You guys
No.
got problems inside.
No, he just likes to talk shit, put me under the bus all the time.
I can hear it.
Man, like I said last time, I'm quitting this fucking show. I like this bitch.
But I'll be honest with you. Honestly, you guys see what I'm doing right here? I can't remember what year that was. Why would you even ask me that? I just remember the important things.
Okay.
All you just got to do the math. You're Mr. Good Math over
No,
here. You do the math in
Me?
your fucking head.
Good at math?
What you do?
9 plus 10 is 21.
He said he was 15 and a half when he first bought a car. Then he was.
I don't know how old he is now.
Well, that's where you got to ask the question because he can remember that.
Yeah,
I'm not
He
trying to
can't
put his name
remember.
on the air. Why are you guys teaming up on me right now? This is horrible. Damn. So how fast is your goddamn car? Shit.
All right, where do we leave off? I feel like we're getting way off track right now. We went way off of where we were supposed to be.
We were back in some mythical year before you started smoking weed and
No,
couldn't remember anything.
So you had-
I was smoking weed at that time. I ain't even gonna lie. I started at a young age
So
too.
you had your Turbo EF.
Yeah.
It was an 89. I know that.
But I don't know what year I had it in.
It wasn't 89.
It definitely wasn't 89 because I wasn't around then. So therefore, that gives you a hint about my age.
Alright, I got you.
I ain't that old, all right?
That's your grandpa like Kevin.
No,
He ain't that old.
I'm only 29. There's my age, all right?
Damn.
I hope that helps.
I'm older than you then.
Hey,
Sad.
so I'm young.
By a year. I'm only 30.
That's all
How
right.
did that make you feel though? Look how fast he is.
Hey, I'm
And
not.
he's younger
Hey, don't
than you.
compare lives, bro. Don't compare lives. I was broke.
That's like comparing sizes.
But
That's
all
something
he
you don't
That's all
do.
he does. Don't ever argue with Kevin online because that's all he's going to do with you. But anyways.
You
So
guys
you
are
got-
friends.
No.
Nope. We hate each other. We just like cars.
That's the only time we like each other is on race day.
All right.
And a little bit on podcast days.
Eh. While filming.
All right. So where are we going? Where are we going?
Anyways, back to where we were at back in not 89.
Let's skip the EF and let's talk about
Yeah,
this
let's
thing.
go hear
talk
about them old days. And
Let's talk about
just say I
this.
started racing back then, and it went from racing, and I just kept on racing and haven't stopped racing.
That's a lot.
Besides the little JDM, I was getting there. Besides, like I said, let me throw that on there.
Gave up the race and went to the JD and was Fatkidd over here.
Well, I had a family, so
He still wanted to be in cars.
I was trying to know I had
Save
a
some
car,
money.
but it was a Honda and it was a 4-door, so I really didn't see it as something I can make too fast to go out there and
Be
really
competitive.
be too competitive. So we kind of fixed it up nice and toted the family around in it.
I seen your Tiffany blue fucking valve cover looking real
Hey.
cool.
It was right-hand drive though.
Was it? I didn't even pay attention
I
to
made
that.
that car right-hand drive, man.
Nice.
Right there in my garage. Right there, had a bunch of neighbors thinking I was just cutting up Hondas and doing a bunch of stuff I shouldn't do.
I see why you have this so they don't see you no more.
No, it's kind of.
Kind of.
Well, yeah, and that's how that part went. That car, it went. It was in its JDM part of its time, but it also
Everyone goes through a little
also-
JDM era.
it also was H2B, and it was pretty fast. There's a video floating around of me racing a little Super Sport Camaro coming back from IBOC one year. I don't remember what year it was, but we raced back on the freeway, and that guy couldn't get it over the fact that he got beat by a little right-hand drive Honda, man. Like I'm saying, we raced not once, not twice, but like 3 times, 4 times on the freeway. Man, that stuff. It's just something about VA people. We'll get onto that. 'Cause
Oh yeah, they get mad.
this car right here, there's VA people that don't really like it, but it's not that fast to even worry about.
When you spend X amount of dollars trying to buy a V8 car, and then you spend X amount of dollars buying a V8, and then you get beat by something.
So-
that has
And you get
half
beat
the
by a
fucking-
$600 Honda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
with
not that
half the
much.
motor.
Exactly. All right, continue on. You want to say something?
Right?
Right here.
No, let's say, when did you get this car? Let's move on to when you
I
get
don't
this.
remember when I got that car. I've
Okay,
had
so
that
you-
car like 4 years now, max, maybe 4 years. I got it from a
Quit asking timelines. He doesn't know time.
I don't know
No
time.
time.
Time, I don't know.
Okay.
But I know it's not waiting for nobody. Okay? Time doesn't wait for nobody.
No.
Okay.
No.
But the car, I got it from a good buddy that I grew up with. His name's Michael. still in his name, actually. So
That's
it's
right,
technically
that's right, we did talk about that.
it's technically his car. But
Well, Michael's got a fast car. We should go interview him.
you guys probably should, because that's what's famous. The car's famous. It's not me. Everybody knows the car. Nobody knows me. It's just like
Well,
just like we went over.
That's where this is, though.
Nobody knows my name.
That's
Just like
what this
we went over.
is.
Everybody knows me by Fatkidd.
That's what this is. This is to learn who you are that goes
what we're
along
here
with the car.
Exactly. So, I'm the driver of that car. My name's Mason, and I'm here. With you
Welcome,
guys.
Mason.
Welcome to All Gas
Welcome to this world.
After we've established all this, here we are. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so you want to give us a breakdown on Michael's car?
Well, Mason threw a lot of money in my car. But other than that, well, no, I got the car from him. It was a B series, and
Should still be.
he had it for a little while, and it was the green. It was the green, but it was kind of faded. Got it from him for, I want to say it was like $600. It wasn't too much, and took it apart, and I had another friend that knew a friend that got rid of a K-Series car and had a whole bunch of K-Series parts, and it was a blown up Type R, and came across a Type R transmission and a Type R head and the works, and that's how this car became K-Series. Because I was just gonna make something just to get around and drive around in daily and not have to worry about nothing.
Yeah.
It didn't happen like that.
Yeah, that didn't go anywhere.
So that's how I got this car. So now, keep on with your questions.
As
I'm not gonna
a woman's
continue.
over there fucking shaking her head, rolling her eyes. Yeah, that's not what happened.
Yeah, that's how it happened, but I didn't disclose how much money got thrown into it, because that's why the head shaking's involved. Hey, one thing, these, remember them spikes you were talking about? They're good.
Yeah.
They're good for something.
Didn't we discuss not to lead into that?
I didn't say nothing.
The spikes are good for packing once.
Okay.
That's the only thing I
That's
did
it.
say. All right.
So you didn't have an overall goal with the car. It was basically just, let's just go have some fun.
Honestly, this car I had, let's just say maybe three Hondas prior to this one, and I just figured if I was gonna build one, this is gonna be the last one I'm gonna actually build,
Yeah.
and not have to worry about going out and having to stop and fix this little thing or stop and fix that little thing. I wanted to do it and do it right. Not have to worry about all the mishaps.
Yeah.
So he decided to keep it nitrous and blow the block every fucking 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's not how that went about. Let's see, it was supposed to be daily driven.
I'm not gonna fix the little shit. I'm just gonna keep replacing motors every fucking week.
The nitrous wasn't involved from the get-go. It wasn't involved from the get-go.
So you were all Motor K, obviously, and then you went to nitrous.
Well, no. Didn't say that either. But before the car even ran, it's seen a couple stages, I guess. It went from being a regular daily car to I spent a lot more money onto it and making it a race car. Then came the head package and the intake manifold, and then the intake manifold, it went to Nitrous Express. As you see, they did a crazy job on the dual stage direct port, and once that was on there, I was like, well, ain't no turning back. So then came all the money spending after that.
So do you have a final goal with this car? Like a number or a person you want to beat or a time? You know, is there any personal goal that you have for this car, or just to keep it going and keep having fun?
I just want to keep having fun. That's all I'm doing in general, you know.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't have a goal set out when I came out with the car. I just wanted to come out and have fun, and just to have a good time, because it's something I did back in the day for a little while. So I just wanted to keep doing it.
Cool. What about let's talk about that shootout with
Which one?
with Sergio.
Okay.
That one. That crazy day.
That crazy day.
Because everybody knows you had one hell of a day that day.
That day, that was a long day.
Yeah.
You know how
You
far,
had
you know how far of
long-
a drive that is to start off with?
Yes.
No, I didn't just do it today. I have no idea what it is.
That's see, you guys know. You guys know. And you guys got to drive back.
Yeah. And we drove farther than that.
Okay, well, that shootout anyway, it was crazy from the get-go. We got out there, and immediately the guy throwing it, Simon, I believe he was the one that was getting everybody's name. He's the only person that I knew had anything to do with what was going on.
Yeah.
And he was doubting my car from the get-go, man, and he's like, oh, this guy, he was trying to throw me with all the motor cars, thinking I should go with all motors. So I kind of told him, I said, hey,
same thing happened with
He was like, oh, you're supercharged, you're not a big deal, go with all motor guys. We're like, oh, okay.
And I was like, hey, I'm down, but let me run with the turbo guys too. I was trying to run with both.
Trying to clear both.
And just to see if I could, and it didn't work out. So he's like, okay, so we went with them. And we, I don't even remember what car I got first round in that one. What car did I get first round in that one?
It's going all this way.
And see, I'm even like turn to you. That's why I didn't want to sit. I wanted to see where I could see both of you guys, man.
You had the purple coupe.
The purple Carlin.
Yeah, you had him.
Okay, he's a good dude for one.
Nah,
let's start that off. He's a good ass dude. I like it. All right, I had that car, and that was after we got broken up from the airstrip to start off with. We didn't even get a run in.
We were supposed to go to the airstrip.
I didn't even get a run in at the airstrip. We started at the airstrip.
Then we didn't know. We ended up going to that one road down that was in what's the name of that city down there?
So you're talking like me.
I know.
Blowing too much of that in
Yeah,
his face.
blowing too much. Newman.
No.
It was Newman.
Yeah,
right off Newman. And that's where you raced him right there, because that's where we got majority of the races off, was right there. Because all motor went there, and then we did the first couple rounds. Then we went to the strip, and then from the strip we went to the other road.
Yeah. Now it's starting to click here. Catching back.
I know it's a long time ago, but
it's been a while.
That's when he was like, the shootout, and I was like, what shoot? We were talking about this earlier. I was like, I don't fucking remember what shootout you're talking about.
been in a lot. Let's fast forward to the final race that you had, and let's talk about.
No, you asked about the shootout. We're going to talk about the shootout. So I got Carlin first round, and we went out there, and it was a good race from the get-go. And we raced, and one of my Lexan windows flew out. It was crazy from there.
You lost cabin pressure?
No, I gained cabin pressure because all I heard was just, you all right up there?
It's leaking.
It's a second.
It's leaking. That's why I have 2 cups.
Oh, man.
So, are you
lose concentration over there?
So you racing?
After that race with Carlin, I ended up taking the win.
Yeah.
Hey, you got problems with losing pieces of your car in races.
You know,
don't
talk
about
that. Let's don't talk about that fender. You know,
this guy almost got kicked off the track because of your fender.
Yeah, he
took off running for that son of a bitch.
Well, somebody else was trying to grab it. So.
Yeah. That's what he was saying. I heard about that.
See, that's what I told you. It's leaking. It's in the second fucking car. Bullshit. It's your fault. It's your ice.
Don't look at me, bro. Don't look at me. I got a water bottle.
Back to that shootout that we were talking about. Well, after that race, I got, the next race was with Sergio, right?
Yeah, that was round 2.
That was round 2. Because there was only one more round, which was the semifinal, which was after that, wasn't it? Because there wasn't very many people that came. But anyways, with that race with me and Sergio.
Well, because it ended up with 3 people.
3 people that they split the money because of cops.
So they never made a semi.
Yeah, but that's what it was supposed to be, a semi, and then I think it was the final. But that race with me and Sergio, my car was on 2 kits. I had the one on a button and one off, just coming off by itself.
Mm-hmm.
And we get out there, and I was thinking, you know, like, hey, I'm kind of gone on this guy. Yeah, wrong thing to think. It's a supercharged car, you know, and the first guy, he was turbo, and I kind of had an advantage on him, but I kept on the second kit, and so I had a little bit of a gap on him. We come around and race with Sergio, and Sergio, right at the end, he just fucking comes right up on me, and I was like, wow.
So you never grabbed a second kit?
No, I did.
Oh.
But I had to let it off right before the end because I kind of thought I had it in the bag, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I turned around and we stopped and looked at the video. I stopped looking at the video before we even got to the finish line.
Yeah.
And that's where I seen how close it was, and I was like, dang, that's crazy. And he said that he had won, and I was like, that's fine. Let's just go back and we'll all verify it because he was saying the shadow of the car. And I was like, well, he's a hatchback and I'm a coupe. My car's lower, so I mean, we really can't go by the shadow of the car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because that's what he was trying to say, you know. So I just get everybody's point of view. So on my way back, I turn around, and that's when I turn around and I'm trying to load the car up on the trailer. And the car has a little bit of weight bar in the front, and it just hit right onto the ramp. And the car dug a hole, and next thing you know, I hear, there's all the cops and everybody running and everything. And I don't know who that guy was driving the green car, but
can't divulge the information.
You know what I'm saying? That guy, he wasn't one to stick around. There was a live video. It shows everything going on. One of my buddies was recording it.
He's gone. He's gone. Load it. Load it. Load it. Load it. Load it.
And it shows the whole moment of everything going on. And
was that green car the one that ended up in the field that day?
That was the one.
Yeah,
blown
I
up,
thought so.
Blown up.
Yeah.
Kind of like it is now. But hey, you know, it was fun. After that, I got stuck, and once I heard sirens, I didn't want to stick around because I couldn't get the car up on the trailer. We were having problems, and it was in the sand, and I just wanted to go. So I had everybody push me back because they were trying to get me on the trailer, but I felt it hit, and I knew it was a dead stop. So I said, hey, push me backwards, push me backwards. After we got me going backwards, I put the car in gear, and I just started taking off. And after I was gone, I started getting it. I was the first one out, and then coming down this way, I can see from a distance, I see a black and white. So my heart dropped. I'm like, oh man, here we go. I'm like, I'm going to jail. So I was like, I pulled over because, like I said, it was quite a bit of a distance on that road, and you guys know that road better than I do, but it almost felt like it was kind of downhill for somewhat because I could see for like a long ways, and I seen him. Mm-hmm. And I pulled over, and then here come a couple cars up next to me, and they were like, hey, we'll block for you. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So they went, and I went behind them, and I got behind like 3 or 4 cars. And so I was going to pass the highway patrol behind them, you know, because I stuck out like a sore thumb. A bright green car, no hood on, a bunch of chrome stuff, you know, I mean, I was like, oh, I'm going to be in trouble. And so I'm going, and here comes a cop. I see him, and I shut the car off because I had the hood exit at the time. It was very loud. So I shut it off and coast by him, and I give him the look. He looks at me, and I'm like, uh-oh. He's looking at me. Slammed on his brakes, started the car back up, and I said, no, I'm out of here. And that's when he flipped it, and he cut off my tow vehicle that was behind me, which was everybody in it. And he flipped it in right in front of them, and I just started smashing right next to everybody. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't have no cell phone on me. I didn't have anything. It was left at the line with my wife. And I just started going past everybody, giving my car everything it had. Come up to the turn, made a right. It's just me and the CHP. It's a one-on-one chase. I'm shitting bricks, dude. I'm in the car I spend all kinds of money on. I'm in skinnies. I got skinnies on the back, slicks in the front, and like they're not made for these old messed up country road that I'm doing all this on.
Those roads are fucked,
as you guys know, and I didn't know where I was going either. And so
that's the shitty part.
That road we were racing on, I was just going as far as I could. I made that right-hand turn, and I didn't realize, but I was coming up on one of the main roads that was there.
Yeah.
And so as I'm slowing down, I'm having to slow down quite a ways before I come to the stop because I can't just lock my brakes up.
Yeah, you can't just slam them hella hard.
It would have just been a wreck. So then I have the cops coming up on me, that highway patrol, and I look back because I don't have no mirrors, and I was already unstrapped because I was going to get out of my car. So I didn't have a chance to actually harness myself back in. Mm-hmm. So I was looking back at him, he was coming up on me, and I made sure that I had my switch on for the nitrous, and because the bottle was already on, I just got through racing. And I looked, and there was a car coming. I had to wait for that car, and I cut off the next set of cars, and he got stuck behind one car, and I just gave the car everything it had. And the car at the time, it had one of them little small half-size, like quarter-size, I would say, radiator.
Yeah.
Supposed to be a drag radiator or whatever, but I think it was the water pump might have been taking a dump on me, but the car was starting to get very warm. And I was just watching it climb and climb and climb. And as I'm hauling ass down this road, and this cop, he gets on the road too. And we're going and going, and I cut him off with a group of cars. And when I cut him off, I see from a distance that the road curves to the left. So I didn't know what was going to happen, and I seen a sharp left right before the curve. So I took that sharp left, trying to make it look like, you know, I was taking
still on the curve.
That curve. So I took it fast. When I took it fast, the ass end kind of slid out.
You didn't make the curve.
No, I actually made the turn. But once I made the turn, I realized the car had no power. So I dropped the car into second gear, and then I hit the second kit just to hit it, and the car and it blew up.
Damn.
Oh, fuck.
There went the smoke show, and I'm just coasting, you know, whatever momentum I had. Let alone I'm shitting bricks. I don't know where this cop is. I'm looking back, I don't see nothing. I'm just coasting, and I'm going over like a little hill. And here comes this whole old farmer. This is like an old school farmer, man. He's just on his tractor, just enjoying his day. He goes by me, just waves like peaceful. I waved at him too, you know. I just waved. I'm looking back. There's a big old blue cloud of smoke in the air.
Fuck.
And so the car's losing momentum, and so I just turned the car into the orchard and got out and took out walking. I felt like Shootout for a minute, man. I was like, I was like, I'm out of here. I said, I'm not getting stuck with my car. And so I started walking, and as I'm walking down that road right there, man, I see the front of the bars of the CHP car coming to that road that was right there. So I stepped along the side, and I just stand there. And he just went real slow and kind of looked, and then he just hauled ass. And I didn't comprehend everything at the time, but that was the road we were actually racing on. Because
So it made like a...
Yeah, because what happened was when I had made a right and then a left, and then a left back on that road.
You ended up back.
And I came right back to that road. So I was kind of thinking, hey, maybe the car blew up for a reason. Because I was going back towards
Same
all
place.
the cops.
Yeah.
But I really wasn't even mad. And so I just got out, and after I was walking down there and seen the cop, he went by. Standing there, no phone, no nothing, just worried, thinking. Said, man, I'm far away from home, guys.
With a blown up car, no phone.
I was, to be honest, I was dressed just like I am, in a white shirt, and dicky shorts, and I got tattoos, and then nobody wanted to stop for me. There was a bunch of cars past me, nobody wanted to stop for me, all right? And so I'm just sitting there looking around. I said, I'm gonna walk back to my car, because if the car gets caught, at least I want to say who has something to do with it. Because if they take the car, I mean, that's...
Then you don't know where your car's going.
Yeah, I'll be pretty sad.
Yeah.
And so, and it wasn't in my name.
Michael.
Well, it might have been Michael driving too. You don't know.
Michael was actually, yeah, he was. No. I don't know who was out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, long story short, after we get to know through this long story, the car blew up and parked in the orchard. I walked down the intersection, waited for a few minutes. After I was gonna walk back to the car, I seen the front headlights of my truck. And it was coming my way, so I was excited. I was like, oh, there they are. And there was everybody, and they picked me up, and we went driving around for a couple minutes and picked up the car. Did you
make it back to the gas station when all the bullshit went down?
No, I didn't see all that. We went to a gas station. We actually loaded the car up, winched it up on the trailer, didn't even strap it down. Drove to the on-ramp on the freeway, tied it down, strapped it down on the on-ramp. Snapped a picture of everybody right there. I got it. It's pretty funny. And then we got on the freeway, hit the gas station, called everybody. Everybody was calling me, and I just let everybody know I was good, and we were on our way home. And that's how that shootout went, man. And that's pretty much how I met a lot of you guys up north. And it was a good time overall. And like I said, I wasn't mad about the car because I felt it blew up for a reason.
Yeah.
So, talking about shootouts and stuff, do you prefer street over track, or do you prefer track over street, or does it matter? Racing's racing to you.
Racing's racing, regardless. But when you're at the track, there's obviously just a lot more safety involved.
Yeah.
Which there's nothing wrong with safety. That's how it should be. But it is what it is.
What keeps you in the street more than the track? Just more availability.
It's open 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Like the last shootout that you won, you called me at almost midnight. What are you doing? I was like, fucking going to sleep. So, well, you better show up tomorrow because you ain't gonna want to miss this one. and I heard it in your voice now because I was gonna fuck that. I'm gonna stay home.
I already knew if I didn't call you, I was like, he's just not even, because you said if he was to show up at your house or something, and I was like,
he told me that too.
I already know how this is gonna play out.
I know
he's gonna blame it on him. He's gonna blame it on him. And
he told me he was all, Mike said he's gonna call me like 4 in the morning. He was like, if you don't call me, I ain't going.
But then when he called me at midnight, and I was like, I heard in your voice like, you show up tomorrow. I was like, all right, cool. So that made me want to get up. So I get up, call somebody over here. They didn't show up. Yeah. Oh well.
Mr. Flat Tire.
Went down there. Initial flat tire and phone dead, but his phone was ringing on both phones when I was calling him.
Yeah.
Phone was at my feet.
He got everything I wrote to him too.
Not that morning, you
and all said red, huh?
Don't even try that shit. I got a where you at text message at like 2 o'clock. So it wasn't that day. From you, not you.
Oh, I'll say
No, he wrote me on Facebook. He's like, where you at?
No comment. So I didn't say nothing. That's why I looked away. That shootout was
That one's fun. That one's fun.
It was fun. I was kind of underestimated in that one.
Sorry, it was 11 o'clock.
Hey, see?
Where are you at?
Wait, we were eating tacos at 11.
See?
That's when I had a break. That was break time.
See, that's why I didn't wake up. You would have texted me earlier.
Shit. Where's my other phone? I called from both these motherfuckers. He didn't answer shit.
According to this guy, he said he was calling.
But no, he lied.
So that one down in Tulare, that one was fun. You want to walk us through a little bit of that
one? Yeah. Honestly, it was chip. It was drawn out of a hat. Chip draw, just normal shootout, street stuff. I actually think I was the last one to grab a chip, and when I got it, who was the first guy I raced? The red hatch. I want to say he was from the SGV. Is that where them guys are from?
Oh fuck!
I'm not quite sure where they're from.
No, I've seen that car before though, but because we talked about the car, I don't remember.
I think they're from the same place as where the orange car is from.
Oh, okay.
The red car and the orange car. But I pulled that car. That car, it didn't look like a slouch. It didn't sound like a slouch. So I didn't know what the car was gonna do, as I had the car apart 2 days prior because I had a problem with my third and fourth.
We were just talking about this on the way down here, actually. I was like, I hope you find a block before Reading, and he was like, nah, he'll be there fucking night before, 2 a.m., putting the car together. I was like, fuck.
We'll make it happen.
Hey, but it fucking works for you, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's why I called you after I went out and I tested the car. I didn't full blown prep and test the car, but I went out and made sure third and fourth worked. That's why I called you. I said, hey, you don't want to miss tomorrow.
Well, because Vegas was the weekend before that. And that's when you were having training issues.
Let's don't talk about that. What happened? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happened to that?
Trust me, I've had a bunch of fucking text messages about that day.
Well, I lost a little bit of money in Vegas because my third and fourth, I couldn't find it. And the one time I did find it, I raced the car and he was having issues. So you can't be happy about stuff like that.
He knows.
Yeah.
He knows about second gears.
Oh, man.
Spent a whole year racing with no second gear because I didn't bleed my clutch.
Because he didn't listen to somebody that said bleed your clutch.
Bleed my clutch, I started getting gears again.
That will happen.
Yeah.
It felt normal to me.
I think this weed's rubbing up on you guys because I feel like we're going way off of every track.
No,
every
that's
time.
what we do every time.
We do.
This is every time. This is every time.
We'll start talking about something and then something will click and gone.
No, I mean, so that shootout was definitely fun.
Yeah,
and
that red car, like I said, I didn't think it was a slouch. So I had tested the car and made sure my gears worked, so I knew they were working. So I was just watching the road. I wasn't the very first race. I don't remember what round it was, as I don't remember too much, as we know. I got that car first round. We ended up racing. I took the win. Car worked perfectly fine. I set it just basically as what I expected from the road. The guy that was prepping it, I asked him how sticky is it going to be, and he's going to be like, he told me, he said it's going to be sticky. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to hold you to it. He said, I hope your axles aren't going to break, and I was like, well, they're not going to break. So put the car on this closed amount of pounds out of the hole, and it worked for me. Second round, I got a very good little group of people, Team RC, I believe it was, the white car.
Yeah, I got there right
before that.
Right at the line. I got there.
That kid, he's a good kid. He's always out there. His dad's always out there with him.
Is it?
Yeah, they're a good little group right there. I got that car the last shootout that was there in Tulare. The one that I took the win in also, and got that was $900 on that one. That I had raced him also. I got that car and we raced, and I ended up beating him. And then we went to the final rounds. Final round was against the orange car.
No, you raced the gray coupe. You raced Oscar.
See, that's why I don't remember stuff.
I'm just saying.
Okay, Oscar. I can't remember. I can't forget about that guy, because that guy don't forget about me. I just remember overhearing conversation over there. But I don't know. I got that car. We raced, and I couldn't see the light. Okay, because the whole light situation, we were going off a light in the daytime, man, and
yeah,
it's kind of hard to see because the sun.
That's one of my biggest pet peeves.
The sun
ever.
was behind him, so it was hard. It was hard to see.
I say that shit to
the sun
everybody.
was behind us.
Yeah. So it's shining
on the light.
Oh,
so when he's bringing the light up, it almost looks like it's on.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest pet peeves when it comes to racing. It's like, if you're racing during the day, should be an arm drop. If you're racing at night, should be a flashlight.
Or at least a fucking bright enough fucking light. You know, something.
Not a flashlight.
Yeah.
Not a little tiny one like this.
Yeah.
No, you need a fucking, like a light bar.
But they're like, oh, we don't do chases or race, so it's got to be a flashlight. And I'm like...
Well, that's the one that they said you jumped on, right?
No, yeah, against the white car.
Oh, the white car they said you jumped.
Yeah, Team RC.
And then so you let Oscar leave.
That's why I was like... I looked at the video too, and I was like, man, this is too close, you know? It was too close.
Yeah.
So I was like, as much as I beat him by, I felt like the next car, maybe I don't have to turn the car up, I don't have to do nothing crazy. If I can just kind of leave right when he leaves, I should be able to be right there with him. He's either going to beat me by that much or I'm going to beat him by that much, you know what I mean? It's going to be one way or another.
Yeah.
And so we raced, and I let him leave. Right when he left, I left. And I ended up coming around him, and I took the win. Okay, now
we're going to the finals.
We're going to the finals, and that's when I pulled the Killer B car. The Killer B car, me and him, we have been talking there for a while. We were supposed to race, just a little grudge race between the two of us, and we got that race. And my whole entourage, they're like me. We're not hyping nothing up. We're not saying nothing or doing nothing like that, but we're overhearing a lot of the.
Yeah. Everybody was kind of talking that day, and they weren't being real quiet about it.
No, and none of that stuff affects me because I don't care. I was just there. I wanted my car to show for itself, and we just went along with it. So we got that race with him, and everybody was expecting that race to be a good race.
I won $20 on that race.
Yeah, I had actually gave my buddy some money on the side too. My friend's money on the side too, because like I said, I don't like to be one to brag to bet for my car. So I gave them money to bet for me, and they bet on that race, and we go, and it was the same thing. I knew that car was really fast because the way they talk about it and the way I've seen, and I've kind of seen it once before. He was here once before.
He earned his way into the finals, I can tell you that.
He did. And he was here once before, and like I said, when I wasn't racing, I was watching the cars just to see how they were working. Mm-hmm. And once I got him, I knew it was going to have to be a good race one way or another. So I was trying to be on it. Right when he left, I was going to have to leave because I wasn't going to have to jump. I didn't want to jump. There's money on the line, too much money.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to jump, so I was like, right, he's going to leave, and I'm going to go when he goes. And so right when he left, I left, and my car did not hiccup once. It did what it should, went through every gear, and I knew when I got to the finish line I had won, but he didn't really understand who won yet because it was kind of hard where the finish line was. But afterwards, we turned around and came back, and everybody figured out at the line who was who and what was what.
Yeah, at the end, at the starting line, everyone's screaming he won, and I'm like, no, let's wait and see. Let's get both drivers' side. Because he came back saying he won.
Yeah, I don't know if he took it upon himself, because whenever he turned around, he was like, who won? And I told him, like, I don't know. If he didn't know who won, then I wasn't going to say I did, because I'm not that type of person. So I was like, I don't know. We'll see it on the video, because there was somebody at the line.
Yeah.
And so we get back down there, and after he comes back, he's congratulating himself. That's fine. And once I come through, they were asking me who won.
All you said was, let's just watch the video.
That's all I said. I was like, just check out the video. Let's just watch the video. I said, I'm going to go park my car because I didn't want my car to sit on the road like a sitting duck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we had a safe house down there, just go park the cars down there. So I went down there and parked the car. And once the video came down, they seen, ended up being a car and a half. And
yeah, because when the big end people came back and they're like, we're like, who won? They're like, right lane. We're like, how much? He's like, by a car and a half. And I'm like, so how did he think he won if it was by a car and a half? Then you watch the video, and it's night and day.
Yeah.
Night and day.
You can see it.
You know what I mean? But, I mean, I guess because he ran out of gear.
Yeah.
Maybe turned his car up a little too much.
Yeah.
And so he was thinking end of fourth gear is it, but not realizing that he was boosting a little bit more than normal.
And I was seeing that car was working every time. He wasn't running out of gear. Every other race, he wasn't running out of gear prior. But that race, for some reason, he ran out of gear. And I overseen on the live video how they were talking that extra boost that they're talking. I know what extra boost means, and I had a run-in with my car before where I knew how it worked in a quarter mile, and I got my head into a race, and I went out and raced this guy and added a little bit more nitrous to it. When you add more power to your car after it's set up,
it's going to change the way it affects.
It's going to change the way it affects. So if you run through your quarter mile, let's just say at $8,000, that's 1,500 RPMs extra if you redline at 9,500. So if you add a little extra 50 or 25 shot, it's going to do a little bit more. So my car ran out of gear before the finish line, and it kind of screwed me. And so I know what happens whenever you turn up a car and you run out of gear.
Yeah.
That's how that works. And so I understand where he was getting the point that he felt he won.
Yeah, he obviously didn't understand that.
Yeah, he didn't understand that. So they wanted to see the video, and they checked it out. And long story short, in the end, I got paid. I took the money home, and it was a good day.
It was a good day.
So, speaking of winning and money, I do have a question with that. Since you're a track racer, since you're a street racer, you see payouts on the street versus seeing payouts at the track. You're only making a couple $100 at the track, where you're making a couple $1,000 at the street. Do you think that if payouts were better at track, you would see more track racers than you do street racers? Do you think the events would be bigger if you had a better payout? Because I know it'd motivate me more if I won fucking $2,000 versus $100.
Well, that's you know, Sac Race was posting right now for a shootout, or it was something for trucks or something, and it was like the payout's almost $1,000. You could win up to $1,000 right now. It's like, man, $1,000 really ain't shit. When you're doing street, you can go win $5,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Is if your payouts were higher.
Yeah, but you see, I really don't know, because there's a lot of people I feel that don't street race because of the consequences.
Yeah.
So they're the ones that go to the track regardless.
Yeah.
And those ones won't come to the street. And there's too much people, they just feel they have too much money wrapped in their car, so they won't go to the street. But I feel like there's a lot of people that can't pass tech and stuff like that, in which tech is set for a reason.
Safety, as we talked.
Safety and time to get through the track, and somebody oils something down for not having, you just know how it works.
Yeah.
And so I just feel like it's just like that, how it is, regardless of the payout. But I feel everybody wants to go to the track because they want to know what their car wants to do.
Yeah.
What it does, or what number it runs.
Yeah. I've just always thought about it the way of, you put how much money into this car, and then you go race at a track and you only win $100.
Yeah.
Where you could put all this money into this car and then go race on the street and make a couple $1,000. Get what back you just, put in.
I mean, that's kind of like, at the track, a couple weekends ago, I took second and I won $150. It cost me more than $150 to get there.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Between gas, fuel, extra parts, and everything to get there. The entry fee is $50 alone. You know what I mean?
I get it. The track has a bigger overhead than street racing, but if you have all these people dumping tens of thousands of dollars into their car, they're not going to want to come to your track if they're only going to win $100.
$300.
Yeah.
Especially when they drive 400 miles.
Well, that's one of my. Well, I think we should talk about Tony later on in his episode. But the A&P classes will have $1,000, $1,500 pots, 2 or 3 cars. 1260, 1050, 1150 has full classes, $300 payout.
Yeah.
Like, how does that max out? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So do you?
Yeah.
Do you have anything? Do you have anything that you like? I mean, like, what are your likes and dislikes about track?
That's what I was gonna say. Like the scene, just overall, maybe.
Well, I always race here in town, like majority here in Formosa.
Well, yeah, when you live 5 minutes from the track.
So
yeah.
The only thing I really don't like about the track is they're V8 people. They don't like Hondas, so which I don't blame them because there's people out there that put a bad name for us.
Oh yeah, Saks the same way.
Same way.
I don't blame people for how they feel.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. That's why I mind my own business and try to just be nice with everybody.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I really don't know how that part goes.
Yeah.
For everybody else.
Well, since we're on that, the people making bad names for us, what's your opinion on the Honda scene right now, compared to what it was to where it's going? Like, how do you see it right now? Do you think a lot of people say it's dead right now? Would you say it's dead?
No.
I don't.
Do you
think
not
it is.
see the numbers these guys are running on these cars and stuff nowadays? These all motor cars and.
Well, no, he means.
No, I mean
like
locally here, like locally here, and
not
the
just
car
goals
scene
or,
here.
numbers, records.
Like you go to a car meet,
There's only 10 people versus 100.
If you go here to a car meet, you have all the people that are just getting their license, just getting a car, or some people that are just into the stereos or the wheels or this or that. So you have the people that want to see who could do a better burnout, or they do this or that, and that's where it kind of messes the scene up. And so here, every little car that's doing a burnout or something is disclosed a street racer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so we always see on the news, we always see coming across 25 street racers, and it shows the pictures of
that's how it is.
People's SUVs and vans, and
that's how it is up in our area. When they bust out the sideshows, and they're like, "Oh, street racers." We're like, "Street racers don't do circles."
Yeah.
It's because they said they're racing in a circle. It's like, how dumb can you be?
Right. Yep.
How dumb can you be?
Right. So you've been to Sac, you've been to Famoso. You ever raced down south?
I've been to Fontana before.
You've been to Fontana? You ever do Irwindale?
No, I haven't been.
Okay. And you haven't done Reading yet?
No, I haven't been to Reading.
What do you...
I've been to Vegas, too.
So you've been to Vegas?
Yeah, I've been to Vegas.
What's your favorite track out of the ones you've raced?
Famoso.
Famoso?
Yeah.
Just because it's your home track, or because you actually like the track?
I actually like the track.
Yeah?
Yeah. Whenever it's prepped on a good day, like prepped for the V8s, and you catching tune in there with the V8s,
yeah,
it's nice.
It's sticky.
And, I mean, that's when it could work, but...
Well, yeah.
Either way, it's
prepped right.
Nice.
You got V8s laying down gnarly
Either way, it's
rubber.
a nice track regardless.
Yeah.
It's just how it is.
Yeah. How do you feel running nines?
I mean, that...
Did you expect that?
I was not expecting that at all. Not at all. So when that came, I was kind of excited. Inside, I was like, all this work, kind of paid off.
Yeah.
Inside.
Oh yeah.
I didn't do this. I don't do this for anybody else.
Yeah.
I just do it for me.
Well, I know because for a while you were kind of stuck in the 10s in an area, trying to get into the 10s.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, because actually you made your first 10 in psych, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then next thing you know, I see you come down here and you're hitting 9s. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, damn, what a change.
Yeah.
Quickly too.
Yeah. The car went through some changes, a little bit of behind the keyboard changes. Because whenever it was nitrous, I had my original tuner. He was tuning the car, which is Daniel Butler.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever the car kept blowing up, and I kept going through so many motors, you
thought it was the tuner,
no, I definitely knew it wasn't the tuner. I just knew it was me and the nitrous and being greedy all the time.
Yeah.
Because nitrous doesn't ever get along with being greedy.
Actually, doesn't go on with anybody.
No.
Greedy.
And so I kept going through motors, and so I was like, I was kind of done with the car. I didn't want to have to drive all the way over the Grapevine to Long Beach to where my tuner was at.
Yeah.
And so I was like, the car, I kept having problems. I got a little free motor here, so I just threw it in the car and kind of left it alone. And I just was driving it around, not doing nothing crazy. And I got hit up by somebody, and he was like, hey, let me help you out. And because he was kind of into the Infinity system. I don't want to say no names. But it kind of didn't work out too well, but it did because he helped me a lot on stuff that he knew. And it didn't work out for me. I went through more motors then than I ever went through before.
Yeah.
And it was a very short amount
Short
of time.
amount of time, yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm putting the motor together, pissing the rod, and you all right?
I'm not trying to be in this conversation.
I don't know if he's
because I want to say a name.
I don't know if he's dodging flies or if he's dodging saying the name, but it's not that hard to dodge the name.
It's like right here where I want to say it.
We'll just leave that alone.
Because I feel
sip the water.
Because I feel the same damn way. I don't have any to sip, and I don't want to pour it on myself again. So,
well, because you poured it on yourself. But anyway, so you went through more motors, and then
so I was like, you know, I'm tired of this. I'm gonna piss and rod a motor. I got one last one. This is my last one. I'm gonna piss and rod this one.
The pause.
This one?
That one.
Okay. Well, yeah. you go through a lot of motors, so I just make sure this was the one you were talking about.
Well, yeah. I pissed and rod this motor here, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna see how this goes. And this one lasted longer than any of the other ones. And it was just stock sleeve motor. I went through a lot of beating, and got me into the 9s quite a few different times. And this one I took back to tune to my original tuner, Daniel, because I felt like this one was gonna, you know, it was just a lot better time for me. So I was like, I hit up Daniel and I said, hey, I want to bring the car over whenever you got time. And he said, all right, let's go. And we did it. And car worked out from there. Went straight into the 9s. And I went and congratulated him for it because I felt like it was a big accomplishment for me, as I do everything on this car myself besides paint it, and like my friends help me here and there. Of course, they're like my main key, that and my family.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just me. I put the training together, and I put the motor together. I put all the head together. I do everything myself. Besides the tuning, that's Daniel. He's the man for all that. So that's how that went in the turbo and the 9s, and that's how I feel about how I'm there in the 9s. But I don't feel like it's nothing crazy. A lot of people, I don't want to say no names again. A lot of people go 9s maybe once, and they feel like they're on top of the world, and so they just quit doing their thing, and they just kind of sit back. But I feel like if you go 9s, just you got to continue. Just keep
on that subject though,
unless it's
something
you think about inside.
How many people around here go at 9s? There's not a lot of people that go 9s or below on this side of California.
That's true.
You're talking about this side of the grapevine? Because there's a few on that side.
I'm just saying there's not a whole lot.
I wasn't talking about anybody on this side of the grapevine.
No. I'm just saying in general. There's not a whole lot of people in California that go 9s or below. There's not a lot.
No, you're true.
Well, see, I honestly don't know because I don't keep track.
So, where I was going with this is a question that he was actually asking earlier, and that's what kind of made me think about it, because you were like, 9s, this, that, and that. Yeah. Do you pay attention to anyone anywhere else, like East Coast racers or South racers or anything like that, or you just kind of race yourself and play off who's at the track that day? Yeah,
I honestly just go about, like, everything's just for me. I just try to do, obviously I went 9, so I just try to go, I obviously went 9, so I just want to keep on going better.
Yeah, of course.
I think so you got to focus on yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only thing you can do. Because I feel like whenever you're paying attention to everybody else, you don't really do much.
Well, I've said the same thing on a few episodes too, because there's a lot of people, I don't want to race, all motor class because they're doing this, and I'm not doing that. But I'm just like, race for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're supposed to be racing because you love the sport.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And not worried about everyone else. You're supposed to be racing because you like racing. You know what I mean?
So, you have kids, and you're always talking about how your kid wants to be around you with cars. Will you let your kids get into racing as they're old enough to actually drive and stuff like that?
Most definitely. My son, he's I don't know if you guys seen that post.
I've seen the post. My dad's first pass was 12 seconds. His most recent one is 9. What is the difference?
Yep. he was asked by his teacher for the equation, and that's what he came up with.
What about the wife? Is she gonna get behind the wheel?
That's all up to her. She's driven multiple cars of mine. She's actually driven this car before it was turbocharged. It's all up to her. But if she wanted to get in and go full blown, I'm not gonna stop her.
Yeah.
But that's what we got this little thing over here for. It's covered up, so that's for her.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes.
I was gonna ask you about that off air.
All right.
Next.
So
I'm here to laugh from him.
Who? Me? Yeah, it's your turn. Your turn.
You've been hearing a lot out of him.
See, I want to hear you.
I asked like fucking every question.
I think it's been 50-50.
No, because what happened before we even started? You know,
He's been Mr. Shootout the whole time, and I can't speak on that because I sleep.
Well, we talked about so much of it on other episodes. I figured he got to get his
we heard his feelings earlier, so I just wanted to hear from him.
Oh.
Drink my fucking whole cup over here. Fuck all you guys.
Remember, he said he only want to talk to me, and then 2 minutes later, I don't want to talk to you.
Right?
I'm just playing.
So, you've raced a bunch of people. Is there anybody that you have a future that you want to race? Is there anybody that you actually maybe look up to or hate or look at this competition? Is there anybody that you think you would want to race? Almost like a call-out type thing, but not calling them out?
I mean, I look up to a lot of people.
It's like a call-out, but not a call-out?
Well, no, just like he wants to race that person, but not a, hey, I'm fucking racing you, I'm beat your head, you know.
Not really. Because the people that I feel that I would want to race, my car I got nothing for them.
So who are you talking about?
Just like very local people, like down south, like the Think Fat brothers, them guys, Sean and Aaron.
Well, Sean's car is about as fast as yours is right now.
Well, that's one of his cars.
I know.
See, but
I know.
They both have fast cars, and Aaron's car. That thing's fast.
Yeah.
I couldn't race that guy. They tried to throw me in the sport front wheel drive in Vegas, and it wasn't happening.
The only thing you would hang there is because of the only chance you would have there is the heat.
No, I wouldn't have a chance.
That's the only way is because of the heat. I'm telling you.
In SAC, you'd have a chance. It's for front-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive extreme?
Yeah.
You could have a chance.
No, because they won't even let me go past 10.5.
Because your car won't without blowing up.
I don't have a 10. Oh, I don't have a. I forgot what he races.
I race my fucking mouth.
Damn! He's honest. Hey, I don't want to hear from him no more.
So, how you doing, bud?
Where'd this go to?
But the sad part is, I bet you my BMW beat his car.
Built, not bought, homie. I built my shit.
You still paid for it, right? So it was still
he's gonna be fucking technical.
I feel like you guys are married.
Sometimes it feels like that. The way we argue.
Next.
What about would you want to rerun it with Sergio?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
A lot of people talk about that.
Yeah, I would like to re-race him. I just feel like I don't want to. His car is my car is a street car. Don't get me wrong. I race my car on the street all the time, but his car is the definition of a street car.
Oh,
you know what I'm
full
saying?
interior.
Full interior, full body, full windows,
exactly.
registration, everything.
Exactly. And my car went way kind of off from that. I don't even have a dash.
Let me have a mirror.
I don't have much. I don't have a motor.
You can't see mine.
Since you wanted to talk about that.
I mean, there's a motor there.
But yeah. I just feel like I would like to race him, but I just don't feel like if I was to beat him or if he was to beat me or whatever happens, you know, it's just whatever street car. It's just I wouldn't want to put a whole lot of money onto it because I would feel like, you know, it would put tension or something between it. Yeah. So I'm down to race him. Don't get me wrong. At any point in time, whenever he wants, if he wants to throw money onto it, we can. I just feel like we should do it to get past that last video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he has another car too that's probably faster, and he would probably want to race me with that car.
Yeah, I've talked to him about that car. It's debatable. He right now he's trying to get out the Honda scene because he doesn't like dealing with the drama. But
that's what there is.
But I tell him is that you race so much and that you piss so many people off that fucking car that it gets under people's skin.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's been like 3 or 4 times where they didn't want to pay up because they tried to get him on technicality. It's like, bro, like you lost. Just pay up. You know what I mean? So
we can get on a big story on that if you like, but we just don't.
Well, I got one question first. Since you were talking about your tuner, Butler,
yeah,
and it made me think of something. What made you pick him? Why him? Because he's so far away. Why not someone local?
Well, because
he tried that.
Huh?
Because he tried that.
Well, he tried one person.
No, see,
there's plenty of people.
Off with Daniel.
Yeah, he went from Daniel to one person and back to Daniel.
See, I hadn't tuned any.
There's other options.
All of my other Hondas I haven't tuned. They hadn't been tuned. This car was the first car I actually went and paid somebody to tune it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else was just a base map and go and blow it up here, blow it up
yeah,
there. Yeah. And so I had seen Daniel on, I don't know if you guys know, but I have a buddy of mine that's been racing for a long time too. He kind of stopped for a little bit, but his car's green and they call him Grinch. And he tuned his car. It was a nitrous car also, and that thing, it worked. And he's somebody I've known, and he always talked good about him. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take my car to him and try it out. And so I hit him up, and it was all good from there. And once I had this car tuned and came out and raced, just like you were talking about, it's nothing but drama.
Yeah.
Everybody don't like the guy that's out there with the fast car. That's just how it goes.
Well, that's what I was going to say earlier, but kind of about what at that last shootout was, you know, you said everyone was kind of talking, and we were talking about everyone's kind of talking loud. You're not doing nothing right. You know, how does that say go? Like, you know, you're doing something right when everyone's talking about you. Yep. You know what I mean? If you're not doing it right, if they're not talking about you. So obviously you're doing something right. Yeah. If everyone's, you were the underdog.
It's the same thing with like in the middle of the last shootout. How excited those fucking people were that they beat him because it was Sergio. You know what I mean?
That kind of goes along with like you. That's like what he's saying. It wouldn't be
because if they would have beat me, it wouldn't have fucking mattered. I would have just been someone they beat.
It's just they took out the name.
Yeah,
that's what they was. They were racing his name. I mean, that's cool. But he also won the Modesto one, or what was that one?
Who?
Sergio. And they were hating on him for that one. The one that Chad put on.
Yeah.
He won that one. I know there was a lot of hate going towards him on that one. But like I said, if you're doing something right, if everyone's fucking talking about you,
it's competition. That's the way it goes. It's how you take competition. If you can take a loss and take a win, that's cool. But if you can't take a loss, that's all it's going to be is hate.
What's your favorite build of all cars that you've seen from show cars, whatever? What's something favorite that the car like you know, a car that you damn, you know, that car is one of my favorite cars to see. Whether it's race car, show car, whatever. You got anything in your head for that one?
Yeah. The car that just recently wrecked, that's not here. The Speed Factory car. That car was a work of art. That car right there is...
Those guys did a hell of a job on that car.
Bro,
I can't wait to see the new one.
You can't even put it in words.
I can't wait to see the new one.
So, that thing right there, that's something I always like to see. Every time it was here, I told everybody, and their mama to be there. I said, hey, go check this car out. It's 7 seconds front wheel drive.
The last time I was at Famoso was the first time I'd ever seen that car in person.
Was it?
Yep. I've seen them race at SAC a ton of times.
Yeah.
But that was the first time I'd ever seen that car run. Yep.
It's something else.
Fuck yeah, it is. I was sitting right next to it while I was staging. I was the only person that was right next to it filming. Everyone else behind, and I was up on that wall fucking.
Yeah.
No, that was definitely a fucking car that wish it didn't crash. For sure.
Right. But the new one's gonna be something else.
Bro, that fucking cage that they built for that car.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ, dude.
Tom did a fucking hell of a job on that car.
Let's talk about you're talking about V8 guys. Anybody? Let's go this way. Are you accepting call-outs for the most part? Like, is anybody reaching out to you saying, "Hey, what's up? I'll race you"? Any muscle car guys? For the ones that don't know that you're blowing up.
I honestly can say I don't have people hitting me up and calling me out. No, I really don't. And I wouldn't say that's because the car's fast or nothing like that. There's just, a lot of people don't know who I am either. So a lot of people,
they just know the car. Mm-hmm. But that's why you're here.
Yeah, that's why I'm here.
I think it was hate right there. I think he was trying to make us seem like we're littler than we're talking.
Yeah, we are. We're little guys. You're the famous guy.
I'm nobody. I explained that to you guys from the get-go.
He's Michael.
I'm on your guys' show. Remember that.
It ain't my show. Yeah. It's his show, not mine.
I guess.
I got my phone taken. I got fucking shunned.
Well, if you didn't have a hole in your lip.
Here, guys. What my lip is a cut.
Yeah, it's just payback for all the episodes that you shit on me. There you go. How about that one?
Hey, were his eyes red before you got here?
Yep. Because I was coughing and itching my eyes the whole fucking trip down here.
Always red.
I got hella bad allergies.
Just want to make sure.
Man, we're on air, bro. You can't be talking about that. I got a commercial license, bro.
It's 2 of us. I even have a government job. But it's cool. I actually had my drug test 2 days ago.
I'm not gonna say I haven't had one because then I'll have one.
All right, you'll show up Monday.
Tomorrow I'm gonna walk in the office and I'm like, hey, guess where you're going today?
Right.
You ain't going to Oakland, you're going to the doctor's office.
Oh.
Do you have any goals to race other tracks besides local ones? Like OSW,
You want to go
Maryland?
East Coast? Do you want to go South? I mean, is there
Are you calling out Sonic? You know, some shit like that.
Once again, I'm a nobody, so therefore negative on that one. I'm not doing that, but I would definitely like to take the car to the East Coast.
Yeah.
That's something me and my wife talked about. We were going to try to do this year, but...
And I've been trying to get them to go to the East Coast.
This whole COVID thing happened, and haven't got the cars certified for K's or any of that stuff.
Yeah,
so
you need a K
that
before
all
the
went
East
out
Coast.
the window when all this came. So
We're
we're trying to do that very soon. It's
so
something we're trying to do. So that's something I want to do. Let's go to the East Coast. Yes.
You need that list.
I
And
have-
check everything off on that list
I
with that
have that
car.
list. And trust me, my wife's been reading it to me up and down, just about every other day, telling me what I need, and she wants to go as much as I do.
That's just one of our things. Was he wanted to go at some point, but I told him we ain't going until you don't run 12s.
Don't run 12s.
Yeah, he only runs 12s.
Oh man.
I'm slow.
He's all man.
It's a stock motor. It's a stock injector car.
That's mean.
Which is funny as shit.
And everyone thinks I'm cammed and
Yeah.
everything. But what do you think about what's your opinion on the records? You know, the East Coast chases a lot of records, and you know the West Coast is starting to kind of pick up on that. Like, who's got the fastest blue car on a Wednesday night on this fuel and these dumbass fucking things.
I don't even want to start talking about any of that because everybody takes it the wrong way.
Good.
So
I hope they do.
I just feel like there's a lot more people on the East Coast that's doing it. So that's why it's out there right now because there's a lot more now doing it, like you're saying.
Oh yeah.
So that's why we're seeing it as much. But I don't know. I don't know what everybody else is doing because, like I said, I try to
pay attention.
I try to pay attention to what I'm doing and just keep on myself.
So what's your next goal? 8s?
No.
He already said he ain't got no goal. He just wants to have fun.
I'm trying to just...
I just barely got to the 9s. I barely got 9s and now...
Instigate some
Okay,
shit.
950. How about that one?
That would work. We can call that a goal.
And then my goal will be to run an 11.
First...
Built, not bought. But damn, I'm glad I only go 11s.
See what I gotta go through every day, bro? See what I gotta go through?
I'm telling you, you guys gotta be married. When you guys got a prenup?
I don't want nothing from him.
He makes the money. I don't make shit. He makes the money.
I get a GoPro and a fucking slow-ass hatch out of this fucking divorce. Woo!
What else you got? You want to talk about anything else? Come on, man. I know you want to talk some shit.
Man, I'm not really good at talking shit over cameras or nothing.
I couldn't tell.
I don't like talking shit.
All right. Is there anybody that you... Because I know you watch episodes sometimes, here and there.
Here and there, huh?
Yeah.
Here and there.
Only when he's the main guy.
No, but you hurt his feelings. You touched his heart.
I didn't do shit, bro. Go watch. If you've seen the episodes, all he does is talk shit about my slow ass car.
Don't even say it. Only I do.
I'm seeing it right
even
now.
the guest does. And we chime in together here.
Hey, I haven't said nothing about his car.
Because there's nothing to say about it. It's a piece of shit. It's slow.
I didn't even have to say anything this time.
He spoke on himself.
No, shit, I don't remember what the hell I was going to say. Damn it.
Anyone something.
That's how I feel this whole since record has hit. Like I don't even know what's been going on right now. That's how messed up it is.
Is it the fun or is it the weed? Probably both.
It's just because it's I don't know. It's probably a little bit of both, man.
Yeah, I don't even remember what the fuck I was going with that.
You want to give any shout outs to anybody?
Yeah, I do. To
Shoot.
my wife, my kids, and everybody that's helped me on this car. there's a lot of people that I can't even start naming all of them. They know who they are, but there's nobody as far as like crazy wise I need to bring up. It's just mainly family and friends. Like the guys at Speed Factory, they help me with a lot of parts whenever I need them. I contact them, and they're really fast with them.
So you got a discount?
No,
damn.
That's what a lot of people
No,
say.
just kidding.
See, I ain't gonna. That's something a lot of people tell me. Like, you know, I got a couple followers.
Yeah.
So people think, oh man, he's
Can you
sponsored.
share 'em?
He's sponsored. Or,
We don't have any. We need some followers.
So, are you sponsored by Four Banger?
No, I'm not sponsored. I ain't sponsored by nobody. Why?
He's sponsored by his wife.
I mean, everything out of the car, you know, it's just me, and I get a lot of parts from friends and here and there and that and this, but
You're like every other guy that
I
does
don't ask
this.
for nothing for free.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of people, I feel like I've emailed multiple people whenever I've needed something or tried to buy something, and I almost feel like they feel like whenever you email them, you're asking for a discount or something. And
Yeah.
So.
But you're not.
Exactly. I'm just like, hey, I'm wanting to buy the part and making sure you have it because I need it now.
I'm just not trying to go through the website and take the process. I'm trying to get it here tomorrow.
Exactly.
Well, you're
the
also
next
trying
day.
to get an idea of when it's an ETA, so that way you're not waiting on.
And you want to make sure you're getting the right thing in a sense.
And I just want to talk to a person to confirm everything's happening properly and going to happen right now. And so there's a lot of people out there that, you know, they aren't very people,
People,
or however you say it.
People.
I don't know how you say
You
that.
said it
but
just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No, yeah.
as far as like companies, I mean, you don't see a whole lot of companies on my car, but there's a lot of locals, like friends and stuff that I shout out to and respect, like 661 Custom Wheels and AB Fab, Andy, and then Wireware, and all them guys. There's multiple people. Those are the people I appreciate. Let's hear what you have to say now.
No, she's over here. She's talking to you.
No, she's not talking to me. She's talking to you.
By that face, she ain't talking to us. You about to get a text message here in a second.
No,
you were going to ask him something?
So I remember what I was going to say when I was talking about, since you watch the show here and there, you guys support big time. Is there anybody that you would want to see on our show that you would actually like to hear from, or get some information or whatever that they would share?
Let's hear from some probably, I don't know. Let's hear from some of them people that are always prepping the streets. Let's hear what they have to say. Like, I don't know, because you guys like street racing, right?
Is that what you're talking about?
That's somebody,
don't be scared to say it.
That's somebody I got to shout out to. Dead Hook right there. He's somebody that's racing, but you guys know who I'm talking about. The main people that are out here with street prep on the street, like those guys probably have a lot to say and a lot to tell you about and hear about.
Yeah.
Because they hear about all the money and they see all the money going on. That's where all the money races happen, like you guys are talking about.
Well, is there anyone specific that you could think of?
Yeah, is there anybody
Or
specific?
do you want to share off camera?
I'll tell you guys off camera a lot of people because I
Okay.
don't like saying people's names
that's fine.
because when I say one person's name and I don't say somebody else's name,
Yeah,
some people,
someone gets mad because you name
because I say people's names and not the others, but it's not even like that.
Yeah,
as you
that's
guys
fine.
see how much I can remember,
Right.
and
What's your name again?
I don't even know. Who was that guy in the green car?
Shit,
Michael.
But see,
I think it was Michael.
there's a lot of people that take stuff wrong, but
Oh yeah.
all the people that I deal with, they know who they are and they know and they appreciate as much as I appreciate them.
Okay.
And I try to help everybody just as much as I
The
can.
real ones are gonna know that you appreciate
Exactly.
them. That's gonna be more of the fake ones that are kind of like
Taking it to the heart.
taken to the heart.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I don't even care. How
I
they
think
feel.
you better check your phone before I get hit
Right?
with a rock or
You
something.
just-
You get something thrown at you.
She's no.
Are you instigating stuff right now?
No, she's telling me about you guys.
Oh, damn. Damn.
She over here shaking her head
No,
no.
We were friends.
I'm just playing.
Well, you got anything else?
Anything else you want to get out there on there?
Not really much, man. I don't
Well,
really.
let's
I don't have much to say because,
let's
like
talk
I
about
said,
Reddit real
I'm
quick.
just doing this for myself. This is
Yeah.
just me.
Let's
and
talk-
I
yeah.
appreciate everybody that follows me in the car and everybody that I talk to.
Well, you
and
must
have
be
a part
somebody
to.
because you got more followers than we do.
Well,
Well,
those
also, we're
are.
nobody.
It's not me, like I said. It's the car.
Either
people
way.
follow the car, and all them people I respect and I
Oh,
appreciate them all. And a lot of people message me, and I try to write back to them as much as I can because I am a busy person. So
Yeah. I was gonna ask, what's your DMs look like? Do you get a lot of people asking you for help and questions and shit like that?
Most definitely, all the time. I get a lot of people, and then I also have friends that talk to me through Instagram because that's usually how I talk to a lot of them, and they get mad because I don't reply sometimes. But it's, you know, I have a lot of people that ask me questions, and I try to reply to them when I can, and give them my best point of view. I ain't perfect. I don't know everything, dude. You know, so
you're learning as you go, just like
exactly.
Else,
So if I tell you something and it ends up being wrong, let me know down the wrong. Hey, down the line. Hey, that was wrong information, dude.
I got a for you.
Let's hear it.
When you started the car thing, did you learn from anybody, or did you just kind of teach yourself over the years?
Well, I already knew pretty much the mechanic stuff from my grandfather. He taught me a lot of how an engine works and basically a lot of everything about a car for the most part. So that's where all my knowledge for a car came from. But it was kind of different because he worked on a little bit of everything. But once I found out about a Honda, I mean, that's something that was easy. And all my friends already had Hondas. And it's something I know like the back of my hand now, it seems like, for what I deal with.
Do you have aspirations to go muscle car or anything else?
I keep telling my cousin, who helps me out a lot. His name's
Nova.
Tyler. He helps me out a lot. He's got a badass Nova. I keep telling him I'm gonna get a muscle car, but he keeps telling me he doesn't want me to get one because he sees how I am with a 4-cylinder. He doesn't want to see me.
He ain't trying to get gapped. That's why.
No. Well, that's the car that, you know, it's got the big video been around of him on the street, and it's just cousin love right there.
Yeah.
It's all fun. But most definitely, he's somebody I've told that I want to get a muscle car here soon. Cool. So that's probably something I want to try to do, but I don't want to get too far away from the Hondas. I'm staying here, so that's what that little thing's for.
There you go. I want to know what's under there. I was going to ask about that, but now it's
Honda.
It's nothing much, nothing crazy. It's going to be something for the street again, though, so that way I can have to hear.
I see how your last car turned out.
I'll put it to you this way. It's got the same fenders as this car.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, I can see him.
It is an EG.
Ooh, let's see he's wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm looking at the headlights over there. I don't think so.
Yeah.
That's a bigger gap right there.
Look at the fender.
It's a little newer.
It's an EP3? Sick.
Oh, no.
Damn. FG2?
Sick.
Hey, I feel like that guy on that video was like spots on his hair. Don't disrespect me like that.
No, you got an EP3 motor in your car.
Hey, that motor right there actually is a...
He's a fuck.
It's a JDM EP3 motor.
Yeah. Can't get away from that one.
Can't get away from that.
Maybe not internally,
but the block is.
What about Reading? You looking forward to that?
Yeah, I am. Most definitely looking forward to it, but I just see a lot of work, so I'm going to do my best to be there.
I mean, you got...
Because I've already said I'm going to be there, so I like holding to my word.
If you can't pull the car together, you still going to go just to go? Or if you can't pull the car together, you're going to say, fuck it,
yeah,
just stay home?
because I do a lot of traveling. I work for myself.
Yeah.
The heavy equipment mechanic. So I got a big job that I do up north, right there close to Reading. So
okay.
I'm going to be there that week. So
oh, nice. Perfect.
The family's just going to go right up there with me. And
perfect.
Cool, go also probably one way or another.
Yeah.
But I would rather the car go.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's just the way.
It's got to be.
Just got to find you a motor.
You already told you were already going to be there, so... Okay.
Cool. Is there anything else?
I'm good.
Yeah, because I'm starting to get excited because I just feel like we're conversating like friends.
Well, that's how we do.
Well, we're not friends?
Well, no, this is just... when you guys tell me interview, I feel like you guys are not coming, trying to make me... Put me on the spot or something, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all on your own.
Don't start that.
No, we're not putting... No, we just
see what I'm talking about, how you've hurt his feelings earlier. He moves away so quickly.
So straight to the point. Yeah, he's the one that just said something.
Straight to the point. He's straight to the point.
It's your fault.
But let me move away. Straight to the point.
Why not be to the point? Why beat around the bush? I'm not going to be one of them guys, oh man, fuck you. No, fuck you. I'm out.
He's the one telling
I don't even know what y'all niggas talking right now. Sounds like y'all bickering now.
Alright.
Well, thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for being on the show, man.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll see you around.
Yeah.
Good luck. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you want to see. Let us know if you guys like this episode or not. I felt it was a good one. Pretty sure you guys did too. Watch out for this car. It's something to worry about.
But,
If I was fast?
That's nothing to
No,
worry about.
I said the guess. If we had someone faster, it'd be
And
cooler.
I agree with him. I'm not fast. I'm nothing to worry about.
You beat him by like 4 seconds. You're decently fast.
Bro, you can give me half track and still whip my ass.
Right.
You guys are something else.
Cool.
All right, man.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.